Um, the main tool that you're going to be interacting with is something called Canvas. It's all online, so if you have access to the internet, you have no problem accessing this learning management system or LMS. Most colleges across America and even some high school and some other medical industry tends to be using Canvas. So it's a pretty well-known online tool. But that's the module. That is everything that's going to be covered in all of your classes, your quizzes, your lectures. Everything is going to be inside of this Canvas Learning Management Center, which is again like a website that you visit. If you wanted to get a good idea of kind of how to pace yourself, because it is an asynchronous class and it's all online. All of our courses are organized or formatted in a weekly format. So and I'll be happy to show you maybe some of the Canvas websites in the Q&A session that we can do shortly here. But you will have 3 credit classes are 10 weeks long. So you have number one, and then you'll have some kind of a lecture that's provided for that week, and usually about one topic or two, subtopics under one theme. And then you have usually like a series of things you have to do each week. Typically, it's a discussion assignment. We found that because it's an online asynchronous kind of modality, the best way to kind of get that interaction, that's kind of like the in-person classroom, is when we have these prompted discussions online, which kind of turns into this big, discussion thread that goes back and forth to various students and instructors too. So that's where a lot of the interactions, networking, and the collaboration usually happens in these classes. And then, of course, because you're going to be individually assessed on some of the content every week, usually there's maybe one or bi-weekly quizzes where you might have a quiz every 1 week or 2 week, just kind of assess that you're doing all the readings and all that. And then you might also have some kind of an individual assignment that's going to be periodically assigned to you, depending on what class that is. So it's just rest assured that all of our instructors are following this like weekly format. So once you take one class, doesn't matter if it's a CM class or a CESI class, they tend to kind of follow this very same format on how information and things are disseminated out to you. I mentioned this before, but this is a joint program. So this degree program is a joint partnership between construction management and civil engineering, civil and environmental engineering. And with that said, you're also going to notice that there's different cohorts, student cohorts that are going to be in your class as well. So you'll have construction management graduate students in your class. You'll have civil engineering students that focused on construction engineering in your class. And you might have some students that are also in the other energy infrastructure class as well. So it might be an interesting kind of mix of student cohort that is part of all of these classes.